Hey man, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kai SMG back with another video, man, and today, you can tell by the thumbnail, you can tell by the title, exactly what's going on, man. We are back with another discussion video, hence why you can't see my face. In these discussion videos, I'm gonna turn off my face cam, and I'm just gonna talk to y'all about a certain topic on a certain game. And today's topic is Marvel Spider-Man 2, specifically the inclusion or the possibility of Gwen Stacy and the Multiverse. If you haven't already, go watch the first part of this video where I cover all the facts, rumors, and my personal wish list for Spider-Man 2. In the video I said I was gonna dedicate a whole video to Gwen because I feel like it should be talked about. So let's get into it. First things first, I just want to say Spider-Man 2 already seems like it's gonna be a perfect game and a fire story without the inclusion of Gwen or the Multiverse. I really don't want it to happen, but I would like a tease because I feel like if a Spider-Man 3 comes into the picture, most definitely I would love to see Spider-Verse, Multiverse, all of that type of stuff. Now when I say Multiverse and Spider-Verse, I do not want to see No Way Home. I do not want to see, Across the Spider-Verse stories. I would like to see more of a Edge of Time type of story, Shattered Dimensions type of story, you know what I'm saying? People have been saying that they're tired of the multiverse, and yeah, I get it on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, bro, you know how fire a video game would be? Maybe you're tired of it in the comics and the movies and all that, but a video game would be heat, especially when it comes to, the Spider-Verse. When's the last time we got a multiversal Spider-Verse type of game? Wasn't it Edge of Time in 2011? People would die for a remake and a remaster of that game, but you don't want to see Insomniac make it? I'm just saying, I feel like that would be heat. So I would definitely like to see a more, I guess, focused or maybe a grounded, multiverse story. It's weird to say a grounded multiverse story since we're dealing with the, the freaking multiverse, but I would still like Insomniac to keep it deep, you know what I'm saying? And this is if Spider-Man 3 is a full multiverse game. If we just have a tease or it's a expansion DLC, then maybe we can do all the crazy rifts and teleporting and all that stuff. And that brings me to the next rumor. Rumor came out not too long ago by Hip Hop Gamer, I believe, and he was stating that Spider-Man 2 will have rift shifting and dimension, yada yada yada. I don't think I'm wording it right, but I will put the tweet up on the screen. Now take this with a big grain of salt because I hear this guy's track record isn't, amazing. He's been right about stuff in the past, but he's been around for so long and, it could be wrong, it could be anything. But we know Insomniac made Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and that game did exactly that. Shift dimensions with the quick SSD people, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not possible. I could see it happening, but yeah, definitely not in Spider-Man 2 unless it's an end credit, which also takes me to this other rumor. In the plot leak that I discussed in the last video, it says that there's an end credit where the multiverse breaks open and out steps a version of Gwen Stacy looking confused. So now let's get into Spider-Gwen. After watching Across the Spider-Verse, man, I definitely see the potential and I see the rise in Spider-Gwen fans that's about to happen. People already liked her from the first movie. People already liked her from the comics. But now it seems like the focus is going more to her Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider persona rather than just the Gwen Stacy. And if that's the case, I feel like she should get the same treatment as Miles or just include her in the Spider-Man 3 game. People have pointed this out before, but now that Yuri Watanabe isn't the captain of the police department, we would have to find a new one, right? Jefferson Davis is already dead in this universe, so the only other person I could think of is Captain Stacy. I forgot, what's his first name? Gwen Stacy's father. That would be a perfect reason for them to come right over. Maybe they were already in New York or wherever they are. Her dad was already a cop, of course, most likely, and with Yuri gone, he's the new captain, and maybe they can make Gwen be around Miles's age. We don't have to have any romance, but having Gwen be Miles's age, that can kind of get rid of the, old relationship with Peter, and that's an easy way to throw her in the game because we know Miles is going to college. Gwen can be in his same college. Boom, just like that, Gwen is in the game. Now we have to decide if they want to make her, with her powers or just a loyal companion, part of the Spider family. When I say Spider family, I mean, Miles, Peter, MJ. I feel like either way would be good, and with Insomniac doing it, it would be, I would be satisfied. But me personally, and I know a lot of people feel the same way, I would love to actually see Spider-Gwen herself in the game as a playable character. That gives Insomniac another chance to show new traversal, you know what I'm saying? We saw the new upgrades with Miles. We're gonna be seeing even more upgrades in the second game. Gwen is a female spider person. She has the, elegant ballerina dance type moves. So I feel like that would, look good with Insomniac's world. Another thing that we know, Insomniac, under Sony with the Across the Spider-Verse and all that stuff, they're connected in a way. We saw a lot of influence in Miles's game, man, down to the running animation, the swinging animation, fall animation, you know what I'm saying, the way that the city looks with the sunset and like the pink type of, you know, color grading that has going on. Definitely a lot of inspiration. Even down to when Miles revealed himself to Finn when she was choking him out, man, you can directly parallel that to when Miles revealed himself to the Prowler and Into the Spider-Verse. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot of inspiration in that game, so that lets me know that Insomniac or Sony, one of the two, are kind of linked up and paying attention to what's going on in these movies. I mean, that's what every game developer should do, especially if they're under Sony and, you know, connecting to games and movies and all that. But that's just let me know that they're looking, and Insomniac listens to their fans, so I feel like it's kind of inevitable that Gwen will be in the game, whether it's just Gwen Stacy or Ghost Spider. But as far as the story goes, I feel like the best type of story plot for Ghost Spider would be a multiverse type of thing. But we can have two different type of multiversal stories. One, we can have it like I was saying earlier, her father becomes the captain and she's in this universe. I feel like that would be the best type of way, so then we can kind of keep these characters. The second option would be, of course, Gwen is from another universe and she somehow gets into this one. Now Sony and Insomniac has a chance to do something really cool and creative. We're about to get into some little spoilers. I'm not gonna go too big on it, but it might spoil some stuff if you haven't seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. But at the end of the movie, we see Gwen gathering a team going to save Miles. They're jumping through portals, yada yada yada. What if one of those portals they go through, similar to how Spot was doing, they end up in the Insomniac universe? So if we rewind in the movie, when Miles was first in the Spider Society and he was looking at all the different versions and all the different villains and things, we saw Insomniac Spider-Man. He actually had a line voiced by the one and only Yuri.
Wow. Video game guy.
I love video games.
Another video game guy.
Are you talking to me?
And this is the part that stood out to me, because in that scene, or in the movie I should say, we see Insomniac Spider-Man, but he's animated differently. He's animated to be Spider-Verse, because this is a different version of the Insomniac Spider-Man. But the Spider-Man that actually says something, you know, that has his lines, is animated like he's directly out of the game. And he has on the PlayStation Spider-Man 2 suit. So this is telling me that our Insomniac Peter came to the Spider Society or was sitting there, because I actually think Spider-Man had mentioned that all the people that were in that room ended up in the wrong dimension or something like that. So something could have happened where Peter ended up there, and that event that we saw in Across the Spider-Verse could have been a little after Spider-Man 2, or maybe right before, and then at the end of Spider-Man 2 they can, you know, pick back on it and continue that story in the DLC or the third game. But I just think as a whole, Gwen will be fire, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole new aspect. It's a female Spider. I feel like that would be fire, especially if she gets her whole game. You know, we finally got Miles, an Afro-Latino, get his own game. He has fire movies, getting a whole lot of recognition, and then to have Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman, you know, get their own game. I feel like that would be heat, and it would be different. You know, we have Peter when it, you know, outside of being Spider-Man, he was at Feed Store, you know, working with MJ. Miles, he was with Genki, walking around in his room, Christmas and stuff. Gwen, she was in a band. That would be cool to see her, you know, do that. Prepare for a concert. If something happens, has to, you know, put on her costume, save the day, yada yada yada. Maybe that's when, you know, Green Goblin can be in the mix in the third game, but instead of her dying, she'll be Spider-Gwen and she'll be able to help stop Green Goblin. It's so much that can happen, man, and I just have full faith in Insomniac. I feel like something like this probably would take a while, since Spider-Man 2 is, you know, coming out this year, but I really hope that they at least tease her. Definitely becoming a fan favorite. You know, she already was, but she's moving her way up in the rankings, and that will keep opening doors, you know what I'm saying? Because I love a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman game. I would love a Spider-Man game for so many different Spider people, $20.99, with the edge of time type of plot, you know what I'm saying? And before I end this up, this is also going to take me back to a tweet directly from Insomniac. I know people bring this up all the time, but they said, who said Gwen Stacy was dead in our universe? Yeah, that might not be nothing, but at the same time, it's a whole lot of something, because that means they're aware. Once again, they listen to the fans. You know, they see it, they interact with us, and I think they definitely have a plan for her going forward. So to wrap it up, this is what I'm hoping for Gwen Stacy in the multiverse in the Insomniac Spider-Man universe. One, I hope we get Gwen Stacy. I hope we get Gwen Stacy's Spider-Gwen persona. I hope she's around Miles' age. I don't want any romance. If it's there, that's okay, but I don't want it to be forced. I would like her to be in this universe. Her father becomes the captain. She goes to Miles' school. Maybe she's already bitten by a spider, or one of the spiders that still might be on the loose that escaped from Norman Osborn's lab. That's what happened to Miles. Maybe it can happen to Gwen. And as far as the multiverse, I would definitely love to see Insomniac and Sony try to band together and work some type of creative magic to have the events from Across the Spider-Verse, or maybe the events from Beyond the Spider-Verse, tie into the game directly and we see these versions from the movie actually in the game. I feel like any of that, man, will have me satisfied, but at the end of the day, as long as Gwen makes an appearance, I'ma be happy. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that I missed out on, any information that y'all might already know, and let me know how y'all feel about my ideas, my theories, my wish list. Stay tuned for more discussion videos. They're gonna be occasional, not too many. And yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting, man. Share the content, share the channel, do all of that. I see y'all in the next one. It's your boy Kage SMG. Peace.